Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, friends from India and the UAE, very warm welcome to the inaugural India Today India-UAE Conclave in the magnificent city of Dubai. India Today is proud to host this conclave here in Dubai. We believe that meaningful partnerships thrive on dialogue, transparency, and mutual understanding. In a world of polarized narratives and fractured facts, the role of credible journalism and forums like this become even more vital. This conclave is our modest attempt to bring that story into the spotlight, not just to celebrate it, but build upon it. It is the beginning of a deeper conversation about what two ambitious nations can achieve when they trust, trade, and think together. Thank you for being part of this journey. Let the dialogue begin.
In an era of continuous geopolitical and geo-economic shifts, it's vital we reaffirm the bonds of friendship with our closest partners. And today's inaugural conclave, titled Partners in Progress, is a reflection of a long-standing relationship between both nations, UAE and India, and our economic bonds that extended back to before the foundation of the UAE in 1971. But in May 22, we opened a new chapter in our shared history. The historic UAE India Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreements aligned our respective national visions and created a powerful platform for a long-term mutual beneficial growth. Each day provides new evidence of its value.
His Excellency has very kindly agreed to take a few questions, and in terms of the diversification, SEPA has built, now it's 3 years and has really blossomed. Where do you see it going ahead? What are the opportunities that you think India could come in?
If you look at the global free trade agreements, deals that has been signed in the last 10 years, the majority has been done by the developed countries with developing countries. And it's very rare to see developing countries working together. The UAE and India sent a signal that when South-South nations gets together, they can come up with a very powerful message, powerful outcomes and values to each nations and to the rest of the South-South nations.
Of course, SEPA has opened new doorways. You mentioned about the trade figures. So this was a very historic SEPA. For us, it was the first SEPA ever with any country in this part of the world. For the UAE, it was their first SEPA ever with any country. Let's see the results. For the last financial year, 24-25, bilateral trade has already crossed $100 billion.
Which was the original target?
The original target was set for 2027.
And we've already... Right.
Yeah, we've done it well ahead of schedule.
Right.
And the thing is, it has provided... So SEPA goes well beyond trade. In that ecosystem which has now built up over the last several years, investments have also really shot up. Today, UAE is the 7th largest overall investor into India. The figures of direct investment from UAE is about $22 billion. But then UAE investments don't come just directly. Right. They come through so many other global funds, whether it's BlackRock or through the US. So those figures are actually much, much larger.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to join you this morning at the India-UAE Conclave. The theme of the conclave, Partners in Progress, reflects the long-standing commercial, economic, and cultural ties between India and the UAE. I admire and appreciate the vision, knowledge, and energy of my dear friend, Mr. Aaron Buri, and his team at the India Today Group, and I am pleased to see the UAE India Business Council's involvement as well. I welcome all of you once again and wish you a successful conclave. May this gathering serves as a forum for sharing knowledge, forging valuable connections and nurturing enduring friendship and partnership. Thank you very much again. God bless you all.
Digital governance. What has Tamil Nadu to showcase for UAE, and what do you expect from UAE to come in?
I would say we have a lot to learn from the UAE. I think they have applied technology particularly in the functioning of government and in the citizen government connect, whether it is or even visitor government connect. You know, now it's almost all auto scanning of the passports, right? Much
Correct.
faster.
Yeah, we saw that when we...
we all came in that way. So I think the UAE has taken, in some sense, innovative, but at least adopted the world's best standards. The one that I like a lot is this single sign-on, where there's a UAE pass kind of sign-on, and 100% of all the government services are through that portal. And what it gives you is, for the citizen, just one, with the two-factor authentication, just one login and one access. And for the government, very good security, both data security, cyber security, because you only got one portal coming in. So these kinds of initiatives, I think, are at least world-class, if not world-leading.
In your experience, what did UAE give that was, to people like you to sort of come here, flourish, and build businesses of this size? What would that be?
Actually, I've spent about 49 years in the Gulf now. And it has been a great experience. I came with $7.50. That's a beginning. And that was about 49 years back. The main thing about me is I have to give you a little bit of introduction about myself. I am not properly educated because I dropped out of the university. I went to a Malayalam school. So I was not able to construct one sentence in English when I came out of the school.
Wow.
This is a real truth. It was definitely an honor to be here. And I thought, we'll start with real estate, which I did in 2010-11. I started here. 14 years. I think we are probably, in quality, I'm not being arrogant. I'm sure there'll be some real estate people in here. And we've become number one in terms of quality. Here, the opportunities are much bigger. Why the opportunity? This is an international stage. And I went to backward integration. We got huge factories here. And that helped me in delivering to the clients, on time with the highest quality. That's our background.
No conversation about future is complete without the role of artificial intelligence. It is the buzzword. You take any sector and people talk about AI, be it health, be it agriculture, be it education, be it space, defense, whatnot. So every aspect of human life, it is all about AI. And while the industrial revolution, it augmented muscle power, AI, it is augmenting human power.
The philosophy is, as a fundamental investor, a pursuit of permanence. I think that has always been my philosophy, and I've tried to manifest that into various decisions that I make. So for me, democracy is a must. When I look at a market, I think, so if the political system reflects a modicum or a sustainable sense of democracy, then that becomes a favorable market for me. And then the next stage of my decision making would be to find institutions that mirror the country.
It's truly an honor to be here among such distinguished guests and business leaders. Today I want to talk about why investing at the state level, especially in Andhra Pradesh, is not just strategic but transformative. India and UAE share more than just trade ties. We share a civilization bond built on trust and shared ambition. Since 1972, this relationship has grown stronger, highlighted by SEPA in 2022 and PM Modi's visit in February 24. Today, India is the UAE's second largest export market, and over 3.5 million Indians in the UAE serve as a living bridge. About Swarna Andhra Pradesh, India is rising and Andhra Pradesh is leading the change. Under Honorable Sri Chandrababu Garu leadership, we are building an industrial powerhouse. A speed of doing business model has inspired global investor confidence. Let's script the Swarna Andhra UAE growth story together. Thank you once again for your time and trust. Thank you.
This is, I would say, a blink and you miss kind of a relationship. It's good in a way. It's terrible in a way because you have to keep up with the statistics, data. I make a speech one week and the next week that data becomes redundant. I would say something. Last year, in my speeches, I used to talk about Indian diaspora in UAE. We used to say 3.89 million as of December 23. Yes. Within 6 months, we got the latest data as of December 24. Today, we are 4.36 million.
Let me thank India Today for inviting us, Symbiosis, here. And we've just launched our campus last year. Thank you to the Indian government as well as the government here for the huge support that we've got. I don't think really AI is going to lose, the coming of AI is going to lose jobs for students. In fact, they'll have to look at jobs differently or they'll have to skill themselves differently. And I think what it also means is AI is not all about engineering. So AI education is not about engineering. So you see many institutions offering BTech in artificial intelligence and create manpower or capability for the corporate sector who understand AI. What we have done is a little different. We launched the Symbiosis Artificial Intelligence Institute recently, where we have launched 2 programs, BSc in AI and BBA in AI, and the different domains of applications of AI, because I think that's more critical.
Before we talk about whether the job will be created, whether curriculum needs to be enhanced and modified accordingly, there are 2 aspects of AI. And when we talk of AI, we only think of ChatGPT and what we call the OpenAI kind of innovation or large language models. That's what has created the buzz around the world today. But bigger intervention is happening for past decade, which what we call is the autonomous world.
I think this is really important, and I want to take a minute to talk about tourism as a sector that during COVID we actually reduced to a total of like almost 0 revenues. So this is something all of us in this sector have to be really proud about because we've so quickly bounced back. Yeah, just all of us have forgotten March 2020. It's not very much in our distant memory, but we almost had empty hotels. It's fantastic to see across the globe how this sector has bounced back, and we're looking at almost double-digit share of GDP and employment, whether you look at this information at the global level, UAE, or for India.
At the apparel group, we operate close to 2,400 stores across 14 countries and roughly about 1,900 plus in the GCC. We also run a large e-commerce business by the name of sixstreet.com and also run a lot of the brand.coms. And at the bedrock of our ecosystem is our loyalty program, which is Club Apparel.
When we acquired Carrot Lane in 2016, it was an online-driven company, a born digital company. And the interesting thing then was 99.5% of Carrot Lane's revenues were online. The sweet spot is in the middle. You can't just be digital. You can't just be an incumbent physical company. You got to be in both spaces. At that point in time, Carrot Lane was about 600 crores. Today, they crossed 4,000 crores last year.
I want to understand from you, what instinct of yours really helped you understand or choose such kind of roles which actually get you out of the mold and probably make that your signature style in cinema and in OTT?
I don't know. First of all, hi. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me India Today. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to come to Dubai. I guess my stubbornness, yes, actually. I think since a young age, I had a problem hearing the word no. And I felt like every single time someone said, oh, you can't do this, or you mustn't do this, or you shouldn't do this, I always question saying, but why not? And I think that is the key factor. That has been the defining factor for me as a person, as an individual, as an artist, saying, why can't I do that? So every single time someone tries to put me in a box, I'm like, but no, wait a minute, why? Give me a reason. And maybe if it's something I can't do that's beyond my current skill set, I'll try and work on it. But I think that's been the driving force behind each and every decision of mine.
Thank you very much for having me. It's really a pleasure to be in this event. I think technology is the new, let's say, oil of this place, and I think it is a critical path for UAE that it's chosen to really go into the next 50 years. And as a country, we have an innovation strategy and vision with different pillars, focusing on technology of transport, of healthcare, of tourism, of education, etc. How do we do this? Mainly for four things. One, development of infrastructure, both hard infrastructures, labs, building, etc., and soft infrastructure, funds, legislation, policies that enable things to move. The second thing is development of human capital. Third is commercializing technologies, creating the right environment that allows technology to scale, to commercialize, and last but not least, creating ventures based on technology that can create economic impact, that can create opportunities, jobs, etc. So these are basically the context in which we work.
We have all heard how deep and historical our relationship has been. So instead of looking more in the past, let's look what the future foretells for us. So of course, we know all of this, but the major part is that the free trade agreement has really led to doubling of trade, and that presents huge opportunities for investment and manufacturing growth, which is mutually collaborative across UAE and Maharashtra. So this is a quick comparison between Maharashtra and UAE, and we are a $500 billion economy, Maharashtra, and the exports from Maharashtra are of course much smaller than what UAE exports to us. But if you look at this historical relationship, then aspirationally, just like UAE has targeted to become a $3 trillion economy, so we are aiming to double Maharashtra to $1 trillion in the next 5 years. This could be another area where we could collaborate. So I end with this and look forward to opportunities that we can work together. Thank you.
India is a big country, so connecting India with India is the first big connectivity opportunity. And then second is, of course, to connect India with the rest of the world, right? So what you're referring to is the IMEC corridor, which runs through, from India to UAE, Saudi, Jordan, Israel, onwards to Europe.
Connection to Europe from India through the Middle East is, I think in the next 10 years, you will see a lot of activity has happened, especially in the intervening areas of Middle East, that is Jordan and Saudi Arabia. We believe this will bring peace, and this will bring good amount of industrialization in this corridor.
If you look at the whole notion of the trucial states, called the trucial states because there was a trucial agreement that the British instigated that stopped fighting between the various sheikdoms of that period. From 1829 till effectively 1959, the legal tender here was the Indian rupee, right? That's the only currency that people knew. That was the only currency in which business was done. And we forget that all of the treaties, starting with the 1821 treaty with the sheikhs to the 1829 maritime agreement, all of these treaties were under the jurisdiction of the governor in Bombay. This was the umbilical cord that linked the two geographies across the Arabian Sea.
The world
is becoming green day by day, and UAE is not far behind. So the renewable energy in UAE is powered by two utilities primarily. One is the DEWA, second is the EWEC, Emirates Water and Electricity Company based in Abu Dhabi. So they both are driving this renewable in a big way. UAE expects to grow to around 40 gigawatt of renewable energy by 2030. It is quite ambitious, and I believe it is also doable with so much of opportunities coming up as the land is available. Ecosystem has been built. The government is quite proactive. So we find the ecosystem quite conducive to work here. And we are hopeful that, yes, we should be able to achieve the target, what the UAE government intends to do.
We are witnessing a remarkable transformation in the global property landscape. One shaped by shifting market dynamics, lifestyle-driven investments, and an accelerating wave of technological integration that is fundamentally changing our business. Today, I'd like to share a perspective rooted in our journey at Ellington Properties and what we're seeing as we design and deliver homes that resonate with both emotion and intelligence. Indian investors have always played a pivotal role in the Dubai real estate market. I've been developing in the city for 25 years, and they've consistently been one of the largest investor groups of foreign buyers in the UAE. And at Ellington, Indian investors are not just a significant segment, they are among our most loyal and engaged homeowners.
What I have understood from the Indian real estate perspective, Indian real estate market perspective, is that there is not a sustainable boom in the real estate market every time. If you will see the rentals in the real estate market in India, the residential rentals are like 2 to 3%, right? Where in Dubai, we can enjoy the rentals are 8 to 10%. The average per square feet in London, in central London, is like 3,000 pounds per square feet. 12,000 dirhams per square feet means 12,000 dirham per square feet. And if you will give in a chance to live in Palm Jumeirah or central London, what you will choose? Like a sea facing. For living, of course, Dubai, right? If you have other reasons, the things might change. So why Dubai is not enjoying that price appreciation? Because this market is still in its journey to reach there. So my understanding, my calculation says that the price of Dubai real estate market will go as according to London or Monaco or New York prices. So do we really see a boom here? The answer is we haven't even started yet. The boom is yet to come.